In the third one-day, it was Shiv Narain Chandrapal who sparkled with the bat. And when it came to the bowling, it was Darren Sammy who stole the show with 4 wickets. West Indies finally romped home by 141 runs to take a 2-1 lead in this 5-match series. Hello and welcome to the 4th match of the one-day series featuring West Indies and Zimbabwe, and we are coming to you from Arnold's Vale in St. Vincent. There is a bit of moisture in the track, but the pitch is expected to play easy as the day progresses. No wonder then that Chris Gayle has chosen to field first after winning the toss. Both the teams are unchanged from the third one-day, and it's time to join our commentators. It's Jeff Dujon and Michael Holding.
Kemar Roach is the man that has the new ball in his hands. He'll be bowling the first ball and the first over in this, the 4th Digicel ODI. 13 matches, this is 13th game, Kemar Roach. And we are all ready to roll. 2 slips await. Big shout, but that has gone all the way down to the boundary. A good start that for Zimbabwe. It's leg buys, but it's runs on the board for them.
This looked to be a big in-swinger from Kemar Roach first up. Got a wicket with that pitched up fast Yorker. Removed Sibanda in the last game. And this one just off target. Mazakatsa for a change facing the first delivery. It's normally Sibanda who does. 4 on the board for Zimbabwe.
Certainly swing there.
Another full delivery. He's seen the first one swing. Doesn't bowl a lot of short pitch deliveries. Kemar Roach keeps the ball up to the bat, gives it a chance to do something in the air, and he is rather swift through the air.
Well, good pace and bounce on that delivery.
Well, the groundsman, tall man, said that he'd left a bit more grass on this one. And this pass is at good height. Wasn't that short. And good carry to Ramdin. There is a bit, as we suspected, a bit in it for the Seamers in this morning.
That should be a wide. It will go all the way to the boundary, so that will be 5 more runs to Zimbabwe. They couldn't have asked for a better start, especially on a pitch that seemingly is offering a bit of pace and bounce. Two slips and a forward short leg waiting. Again, that's down the leg side.
Seems to be having some problems controlling the swing, Kemar Roach. Getting the ball to swing into the bat quite a lot. Just starting it too much on the stumps. Good take from Ramdin.
No bat involved, no glove involved, so it's safe for Mazakatsa. Let's have a look at the ball that went a long way down the leg side. Have a look at the seam. Look at the direction in which the seam is pointing. It's already pointing down the leg side. So it's a long way down the leg side by the time it gets to the batsman. A big appeal there, and it's just doing too much. The pitch is helping already. There's no point in having an exaggerated slant in that seam. It's 10 without loss. That's gone. Pace, bounce, brushing the glove on the way through.
Well, Michael Holding believes that bat should rule ball, and on a pitch like this, it's going to be difficult for the bat. Good length delivery, reared at him, and Mazakatsa couldn't get out of the way in time. Gloves it to Rampal. He goes without scoring. It's 11 for 1.
Well, it's a bit of a surprise to me. Maruma is the man that's gone out there to bat at number 3. He batted at number 8 in the game on Wednesday. Bit of an all-rounder though, according to the Zimbabwe hierarchy.
Well, with an average of 8.6, Mikey, I think he's more like a sacrificial lamb.
The highest score of 32, although Craig Cozier, our statistician, says that he scored a century recently in the domestic tournament in Zimbabwe. That's how Mazakatsa went.
He's not very experienced, Maruma. We'll see how he goes. 2 overs gone. It's 12 for 1.
A long way down the leg side again. Another 5 runs for Zimbabwe.
Again, we see that seam angled to leg.
Oh, that should go all the way to the boundary. Good straight drive. Just about trickles into the ropes.
Trying to keep the ball up to the bat, Kemar Roach. So what pitches on this occasion, and a nice straight shot. Didn't try to hit it too hard, Maruma. Just look to time it. A lot of open space through mid-on.
Oh, movement, bounce, pace. Excellent delivery. You need to be keeping that line and length more regularly.
Kept the seam a bit straighter this time.
Found the gap. Should go all the way. Not as fast this outfield as Guyana, but it just about makes it.
Nice positive shot. Not exactly a half volley, but pitch having enough pace for the ball to come onto the bat and just hit nicely through the line of it. 27 for 1.
Got through. Not a very fast outfield, as we have been saying since Wednesday, so it may not go all the way. It doesn't. Three runs though, and Maruma is looking reasonably good. Sibanda looking to have a good partnership with him. Well, it seems as if he's looking to improve those figures of his in this innings. That would have been very close. So instead, it's more runs for Zimbabwe. Very strong man, Kieran Pollard, so it may get all the way to the boundary. Just about trickling in. Yes, it does. Heartbreaker when you're chasing those.
This was fielded nicely from Pollard and had to have a go there. Backing up was a little bit errant. 7 overs gone, 35 for 1.
Dwayne Bravo, he got the ball to seam around a bit the other day. Him and Sammy, the two change-up bowlers, came on and bowled beautifully. I wonder if they can do the same thing on a pitch. That is helping, and yes, he does it straight away. He just hits the area. Him and Sammy, what a combination. Now Sammy comes in, dives forward, picks up the catch, but what a delivery. Just right in the right area. Seamed, bounced, found the edge, and he's gone.
There's the Bravo-Sammy combination already operating. Sammy doesn't miss much. Good hands anywhere, and Bravo, who's had some English experience, just back from injury, happy with his visit here to St. Vincent and back in the West Indies team. 37 for 2. Taylor, new batsman. He's shaped quite well on this tour, looks to have a good technique, and maybe would like to have a little more runs behind him, but on occasions he is occupy the crease for quite a long time.
It'll be a good test for him, won't it? He's got a good technique, gets in line, but he's got to be able to see through this patch, got to try and get this new ball away. But Bravo comes into the attack, and first ball, what does he do? Hits line and length. Finds, look how high it hit on the bat. That's right up on the shoulder of the bat. And Sammy comes flying in as well. Good work there. But yeah, that was exactly what Bravo wanted, wasn't it? If you hit line and length on this pitch, hit it hard, there is something in here for you. There's a bit of juice in this pitch.
Good stop. Along the wrong line, and that's where your colleague comes in. Good bit of movement there to his right by Barrett. Had to move very quickly, or else that would be in at least a couple, and almost hitting the woodwork. Bravo off to the IPL very soon, and had a short spell with Kent in the English County Championships. Any of the Zimbabwe players going off to England this year?
Yeah, a few of them going over, but just looking at this one, Reds, Darren Sammy, he's done well, hasn't he? He's fielded well, he fields in the slips. 16 catches, 35 matches. He's in the slips. He's just taken one in the gully as well, diving forward. We see him in covers and in mid-wicket. He's always involved in the game. You don't often see Sammy being shoved off to the boundary. But you've got guys, he's one of those guys who's always in the game. End of another good over. It's 38 for 2. What a beauty, and look at Ravi Rampal, he's chuffed, he's worked hard up the hill all day, and what a champion ball he's got here. He's got the ball to seam away, but this one darting back off the track. You just spoke about him, Reds, he's bowling well, he's hitting the deck hard, he's up there in the mid-80s miles an hour. Watch it, bang, it comes back. Tremendous delivery, and he loved it. He really enjoyed this one. Whoa, well bowled, this pitch is looking after him, and he's using the pitch well. Brendan Taylor's gone for 1 at Zimbabwe, 38 for 3.
Former captain, and started the tour quite well. And Zimbabwe needs him to really produce a good hand today.
Well, they need him today, don't they? They're in trouble once again. Their batsmen are letting him down, but really the pitch has done tremendous amount. Watch this seam, way outside off stump, bang off stump out the ground. That's just a great ball. That's like an off spinner. Seam up, bang, there it goes. Taylor pushes at it, but yes, he's got a good one. Top of off.
Well, he's practicing early for Vincy Mas. Probably is in a ban. Don't think that Ravi Rampal took part in Carnival. He was concentrating on fitness. And no doubt enjoying this bowl.
Been out there this morning on that pitch, and we just had a look at it. And we knew it would do a little bit, but did we know it was going to do this much? Spoke to the groundsman, tall man said to me that he had put quite a bit of water on it to try and hold it together, and he thought there would be some good pace out there. He left quite a bit of grass on it as well, so it was going to do a bit. But goodness me, I didn't think it was going to do this amount, because that delivery that Ravi Rampal has just bowled Brendan Taylor with came back a mile. And that's it again, into the splice of Tatenda Taibu's bat. And yes, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of bounce out there. Can the Zimbabweans see through this early period of a lot of exaggerated movement? That's right, yes, I know Tatenda Taibu is not the tallest guy, but that smashes him straight into the splice of his bat. Ravi Rampal, you said when he bowls lots, he gets better and better all the time. And he certainly is bowling well up the hill here.
She's ready for a long day. Maybe have lunch with her too, or someone will bring. And Ravi Rampal doesn't often find a track like this in the Caribbean.
What a shot. I'm telling you, if the ball's in the right place, you can play your shots on this pitch. Talking about the outfield being very lush, it's not quick. Most of the other grounds, that's a boundary, but no, just pick up 3 runs. Well played to Tatenda Taibu, leans into it. End of the 10th over, it's 41 for 3. Oh, that's come back a long way. Bravo knows it. Taibu goes for the drive. Watch this come back, Reds. Bang, bang. Oh, that's come back. It really is. I'm telling you, when you're on the pitch, it looks, there's a tinge of green, but it didn't look like it would do this much at this pace. And then speaking to one of the other groundsmen, he said they had a moisture content measurer and it was like 90% damp inside there.
Well, a change of approach here by Taibu, deciding not to simply stand, charge Bravo. And all that was lifting, the little man was able to get that away through the offside. So typical pugnacious Taibu.
Well, he went at him, didn't he? It's only 123 kilometers an hour, 77 miles an hour. So it's not really going to kill you or worry you. He's down the pitch at him and just hits him through the offside. But it's, once again, this lush, beautiful outfield pulls it up just the 3 runs. He's a small guy, but he's got quick feet. Oh, missed out. Sabanda missed out a wide one. End of the over, 44 for 3.
Forced him there to take away the bottom hand, getting onto the front foot.
Well, in the mid-80s, there's some good pace, isn't it? On a pitch that's doing quite a bit. He's picked up the 2 wickets, but this is what he's done so well. He's hit length the whole time and hits the splicer Taibu again. He's just getting good bounce and good seam, not very easy to face. Not easy at all. 2 for 10, 5.2 overs. Taibu walks down to him well outside the line. There, 86 miles an hour. It's quick. But Taibu's still able to walk around, play with him, trying to get things going, trying to shake him off his length.
Well, this is batsman getting well outside the line of the off stump. I did come to the West Indies practice yesterday, whilst you might have been sailing, Neil. And Rampal and Roach had a long session with Roach Gibson.
I also had a very long session, yes. No, it was good. But they've got to work, and just had a chat to Otis as well. They said, no, he's going to work everyone very, very hard and make sure they're a professional outfit. That's why when we had the day off, these guys were working yesterday. You mentioned it earlier, how both teams were in here yesterday morning working really hard. Otis Gibson, a hard worker, and expects his team members to work hard as well.
Again, Taibu giving the batsman a charge and maybe missing out there to put that away. But he had Roach and Rampal at the end of the session. That's Taibu, maybe just trying to upset the length of Rampal, but not getting it away. Missed an opportunity. They had about 2-hour session, and towards the end of the session, Coach Gibson had Rampal and Roach working on action, working on all sorts of technical stuff.
Wasn't that an interesting stat that came up just then as he picks up a leg by? Does to tender Taibu. But it's a maiden nonetheless. It's 45 for 3.
Slightly miscued, and let's see yes, got a bit of glove, a bit of bat. Well, Otis Gibson looking forward to his first clinic, and has got a number of young fast bowlers earmarked to come into that. Roach will have a spell in the IPL.
Oh, he's got some skill as Taibu. He's messed Bravo around here. He's played the ball all over the place. Now he gets a short one. Pops it over the keeper just for 2. Didn't quite get the nice glide off the bat. But that's what he does. He's messed him around. He's only scored 9 of 18 balls, so he's at 50%. But this is what he does. He makes them bowl in different areas, and he'll start picking things up and getting the score going away. But yeah, he gets a shot. Just runs it over the keeper. Interesting cricketer to tender Taibu. Never wants to sit still.
Yes, that Taibu shot made famous by Mark Waugh who was very good at that uppercut shot. It might have been a shade too close to him, cramped him a bit. Well, that's a tanker, I'm sure, with a crew that likes cricket. Anchored very close by.
He's quick, Tabu. He's messing the bowlers around. He's walking all over the crease. End of the 13th over, Zimbabwe 50 for 3.
Neat bit of footwork, going across and just nudging that. Don't know if it's the sun hitting the track, but it just seemed to be easing a bit.
Well, not just that, Reds, I think it was also Tatena Tabu messing the bowlers around. He's walking all over the place. He's not letting them settle in just to line and length. And Sabanda's been there a long time. This is out. There's going to be a run out. Yes. Tatena Tabu looking for the single. He's come down and he's got Sabanda. He's gone. Stranded Sabanda. What a disappointment. He was batting well. He was hanging in there with Tatena Tabu, but no. Sammy does some damage. Not this time with the ball, but a run out off his over. He's just gone back of a length again. Always the same. Sabanda looking for it, then sends Tatenda Tabu back. When you take quick singles, there's no time for hesitation. Pollard's quick onto it, and he just dinks them over. Sabanda's gone for 11, 51 for 4.
Well, just about when Zimbabwe were trying to build a partnership, a suicidal situation. The West Indies have had a double change. We have a double change with Mrs. Scosia and Hogan.
Well, thank you, Reds. Another change. Because that's the end of the over. It's 51 for 4, Zimbabwe. You notice any difference, Mikey, in the evidence, what we've seen so far in the pitch on Wednesday to this one?
I think this one is offering a lot more to the bowlers, Tony. We saw the ball certainly bouncing and carrying through to the wicket keeper quite nicely. A bit too much, in my opinion. I think there's just too much help for the seam bowlers this time around.
The brilliant throw. Ryan coming in from mid-on, but the batsman took off quickly this time. Unlike the run-out of Taibu, that was decisive running. Took off, played the shot towards mid-on a little bit deep.
Taibu not in the picture, but that's because he has already gone past the stumps. He's quick.
And so often you see, after a run-out, a batsman hesitant in his running. Not in the case of Taibu this time. Knew that he was going to the danger end and knows his own speed.
I was making a comment earlier on, Tony, that I thought this pitch was just too good for the bowlers, giving the bowlers too much assistance and made batting too difficult. In the limited over form of the game, 50 overs, I think most people come to the ground expecting to see batsmen dominating bowlers. And that's not very easy on this surface. There's a gentleman not too far away from us on radio that if he was bowling on this, I don't think a run would have been scored. Curtly Ambrose, that is. I think that's off the pad.
That's going to be Dwayne Bravo. Continues and bowls him. First ball after the break. He just missed it. 5 down for 53.
Well, it's that sort of pitch, Tony. Get the ball in the right areas often enough, it will do enough to get you wickets, whether it's coming back in through the gate as we have seen on a couple of occasions, or going past and hitting the outside edge. That one passed outside the line of the bat. I think he expected it to come in a bit more than it did, or perhaps it just straightened enough. Stuart Matsakanere goes for just 1 run. 53 for 5.
Zimbabwe finding it very difficult here now to contend with the conditions and the bowling. Greg Lamb comes in now to face Bravo. Wicket number 5, short. Mazzacaneri has had a horrid time on the tour, and his problems continue.
Ball passing outside the line of the bat. Well, he enjoyed that. Lots of space in the stand for him to stride out nicely.
He lives the game, Bravo. When he's bowling, he feels that every ball should get a wicket. In the field, he thinks that every ball by his teammates should get a wicket. And I think it's not undue optimism here that he thinks that every ball should get a wicket, because every ball looks as if it will. In these conditions now, Gale bringing in Sammy in that fine gully position where he took an earlier catch. Catch off Bravo as well. Maruma taken by Sammy, diving forward from that fine gully where he is now. He's been reinserted in that position by Gale. Nicely played. Over pitch, and he's to make taken advantage of the full length. Nice looking on drive for 3. Well, he's stuttering here, Zimbabwe. Better crowd than we had on Wednesday. Very small crowd on Wednesday, of course, middle of the working week. A lot now dependent on Taibu, very experienced player. Thought of coming for the second and then saw the danger. End of the over, 17 on, 57 for 5. Nice shot. Didn't hit it all that hard, but a nice straight push down the ground for a single.
Just have a bit of a look at this fielding from Kieran Pollard. He's at backward point. That was brilliant. He threw at the stumps. He didn't hit the stumps, okay, but the ball wasn't that far away from the stumps for it to be eluding the man that was backing up. That was good cricket, just not well supported by his other teammates.
It's Taibu just lingering under his crease. He did it against Sammy. Now he's just done it against Bravo here. Wants a clever shot off a lifting ball from Bravo, which is helped over the keeper. Quite an innovative player is Tatenda Taibu. in the air, and an easy catch to the fielder out there. Well, how many times have we seen that in this series? I would say that's the third. We've had a couple of them which have gone over the fielder's head. Unusual to see that, but Taibu does play that shot and pays the price for it.
Yes, we saw it on Wednesday, and he tried the shot earlier on to Tender Taibu. Perhaps the first time around he was trying to hit down on it. This time he just helped it down the third man. So he goes just for 14 runs. It's 6-2 for 6.
Zimbabwe in tatters here. 6 down for 62. New batsman is Elton Chikumbura. And you'd have to say that he's probably the last hope for Zimbabwe. He and Lamb together of raising a significant partnership. Taibu just going, took the short ball on from Bravo and simply found the lap of Miller down at third man. First time Miller had an opportunity to take that catch in Guyana, he came in too far and the ball went over his head. Since then he's stood his ground and then come in to take the catch. That's the third one he's had in that position. In the limited overs game, shot to third man. You will see that more often than you would do in the longer version of the game. .77 miles an hour. It looked a goodie, didn't it? It looked like it didn't, but we got to just have a look at the replay and just see how much movement there was. Maybe left him a bit, but just caught in the crease. Was Chikumbura not moving the feet, and only at 77 miles an hour you can step it, Sammy. Move those feet, get things going. You know the pitch is doing a bit, it doesn't make it easy, but you've got to move at the crease. Sammy's been accurate, and it's a lot more excitable is this West Indian team. They run around, they do things. I know it's a whole lot easier when you're winning, but there's excitement out there when you watch them fielding, sprinting around. Sammy's always involved. Bravo's always sprinting around, clapping. Pollard runs in from point, does a few things. He really G's up the team and gets people going. Compared to watching them play in Trinidad and Guyana in the first one day, that was very flat and nothing really happened. But this guy adds so much excitement to the team. He batted very well down in Guyana, and a wonderful player. He is a good striker of the ball.
Six to 7 for 6 after 24. They're playing the orthodox shots quite naturally, putting the ball away, but very few boundaries. I think we've had 2, and just can't pick up the tempo. And that's beautiful play, using the hands, giving him wit, and after a lull, a drought, which is the going word in the Caribbean, nicely put away. Are we seeing a change of attitude by the batsman?
I think he's just going to play his natural game, and it brings up Zimbabwe's third boundary off the bat. Chikumbura, wonderful timer of the ball, finds a gap. This lush outfield wasn't able to stop that one.
And we expected that.
Long on, he's not scared of going over the top. There's Chikumbura, and he hits a 6. Nice clean strike. Miller just gave it a little bit too much air. Nice and full. Not very happy in the change room. Tender Taibu sitting there, but no, Chikumbura, sweet hitter of the ball. Got it over long on. This is what could have happened if the boys had some wickets in hand.
Well, that went over, I would think, 80 meters. It climbed the boundary easily. Seems to be a pretty good play in the making. And a moral victory there to Miller. Comprehensively beaten.
Oh, that was a tremendous delivery. Drift, then turn and bounce. Oh, there's turn out there. There's been seam, and now we're seeing a bit of turn. It's 79 for 6.
He's been very quick in the outfield, Barat. He's got a good strong arm as well. He's also helped bring a spark to the West Indies fielding. Good save to his strong side. Nikita Miller to the left. Hit well, but no run for it.
Things have been difficult for the Zimbabwe batsmen throughout this innings. The West Indian fielding has been good. And it's been a very bowler-friendly pitch.
Ends the over. 20 remain, 85 for 6.
Well, the first order of business will be to bat all the overs. Make sure they bat all 50. It's been rough going. Wickets have been falling at regular intervals. Seamers have had the ball in some very good areas, and scoring generally has been difficult.
Caught and bowled. Moving quickly to his right, just popped up away from the bowler, and he took a good catch.
Well, you'd have to call this a soft dismissal. Just pushed at it, Lamb. They'll be trying to turn it on the onside, and succeeded only in popping it up to Miller. Easier catch than he made it look. Lamb goes for 12. It's 88 for 7.
Greg Lamb was caught and bowled by Miller off the last ball of the previous over, so the new batsman, who is Graham Creamer, he won't face. Alton Chikambura is the one who is in strike to Pollard.
And this was Lamb's wicket. Ball seemed to just straighten. Tried to turn it on the onside. Didn't get to the pitch of it, and simple catch for Nikita Miller.
Creamer now comes into the strike. West Indies will feel here this is exactly what they wanted. They were quite ruthless in their victory on Wednesday, just to maintain that type of intensity, and they've done that here. They found a pitch which is favoured their seam bowlers.
Oh, brilliant.
This is that appeal. And look to be going down.
Getting onto the subject of the quicker bowlers for Zimbabwe. They haven't had much opportunity here. The pitches early on certainly favoured their spinners. And they went with spin. And there's been quite disappointing news as well about one of their younger fast bowlers, of whom they've got great hopes. Probably the fastest bowler in Zimbabwe at the moment, we are told. Kyle Jarvis, son of a former Zimbabwean player himself, has got a stress fracture of the back and has had to go back home. 89 for 7.
Even at this late stage, Chris Gayle can still afford to have 2 fielders in the slip cordon. And this is why, because the ball's still doing enough to encourage the captain to have catchers. Don't think Chris Gayle is looking forward to bowling all these 50 overs. I think he's hoping that he'll get these last 3 wickets quite quickly.
Rampal playing his second game, and much more enjoyable for him. 4 overs, no bases, and then for 23 he was a little short in his first game. But of the 2 quicks, Michael, he might have been the pick of the 2.
Definitely today he has been the better of between himself and Roach. Roach didn't start very well at all, got a bit better as his spell went on. But Rampal has been pretty much on target throughout. Almost got it through. It was a no ball though. It would have been disappointment for him if he had got it through and hit those stumps. Now it's a free hit for Zimbabwe.
Well, the umpire says the line is mine. That was a tight call, Emmerich.
$100 is up for Zimbabwe. 100 for 7. Chris Gayle and Ravi Rampal having a nice long chat. Not too sure exactly where they want these fielders. Quite a few men have disappeared out into the deep. Fine Leg has to come up though. He only had 3 inside the circle, 2 on the offside, 1 on the onside. So Fine Leg now comes back inside the circle. Square leg deep, long on deep. Well bowled.
Right into the toes, and making stroke play very, very difficult. Batsman looking to attack, and looking to make a little bit of room. Paul might have just seen the early movement, but not taking advantage of the free hit. Trying to put himself in position to make the free hit. Didn't quite work out. Michael Rampal seemed to be the kind of cricketer who needs a lot of cricket. He can't be out for a while. Needs to be in constant cricket. Tends to maybe put on a pound or 2 if he's not playing. Trouble with shin sprints previously, but with the injuries to our fast bowlers, the West Indies selects is investing in him.
.38 overs bowled. It's a 101 for 7.
Excellent position for your spinner to bowl in. 7 for 103.
Just 2 runs in that over, 103 for 7. That's a good shot. Is this going to be a boundary? There have been very few of them for Zimbabwe. Goes all the way. So 8 runs coming from that over. It's 1-1-1 for 7. That's a good shot. He pulled that very hard from well wide of off stump.
Very sensible partnership between these two. Not many boundaries today, but that was from outside the off stump, and maybe an indication that Zimbabwe will try and push on and get beyond that 150 mark.
That's gone a long way down towards the boundary, but caught on this occasion.
Well, the Mobby got a little too sweet there, but the man was put right back. Chanchapal takes the catch, and the Vincentian flag flying there. Now Sammy picks up a wicket, celebrates in Sammy style. 129 for 8.
Eight wickets down. The captain has some work to do, Prosper would say. Two 50s in his career. This his 105th one-day international. Has the highest score of 68, and this is why he's there. Didn't quite get hold of it. It wasn't that far down the leg side. It was more in line with the leg stump when he played the shot.
Seemed to take it quite high on the splice and didn't get the sweet bread. Made a little extra height.
So 7 runs coming from that over, 129 for 8, and that's the end of Darren Sammy's spell. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 24. That's gone a long way up, but it hasn't gone very far. Very simple catch.
Well, deciding that it's there in the end, and probably would invest in an attacking shot, and not getting a lot of bat on it. Got a lot of height, but didn't carry towards the boundary, and easy catch by Miller.
9 wickets down. Dwayne Bravo, 4 wickets to himself, 7 overs and 3 deliveries, 4 for 14. His best bowling figures in the ODIs. And Ray Price, the last man at the crease. Not on strike at the moment though, Ray Price. Prosper would say on strike. He's a single. Lots of room on the onside. This is the last wicket to go down. Hardly any bat on that. Gave himself a bit of room, but then struggled to then get to the ball. Simple catch by Miller. He'll be looking for his 5th, Dwayne Bravo. Not quite. Not quite.
Well, he's not been doing a lot lately. Long bit of period of no cricket. Then he had cricket last weekend. Didn't bowl. Bassett got 100. I think he's done a lot of work in the nets. Who was doing a lot of work in the nets yesterday was in fact Price. Let's see if that has paid off. He's a competitor and he wouldn't want to give his wicket away.
That's gone very fine. Ray Price gets off the mark and with a boundary. So 5 runs coming from that over along with the wicket. It's 135 for 9.
Brilliant by Sammy. Umpire Norman Malcolm is satisfied that even though the stumps were thrown down, the batsman was back. But there was an appeal, but he decides that he won't have to go to the television replay. He's pretty certain.
Sammy was brilliant, wasn't he? Diving right, picks it up, chucks the stumps down, but manages to get himself back quite comfortably. But Sammy has been good. Got him! You said it, Tony. You said it. You said it. Just had to be straight. He's too quick for the tail end of Price and just cleaned him up. Roach has got some gas, and then the middle stump went flying. Well, it didn't actually fly. It just smashed out. The bails went flying. Roach, not his best day, but it's enough.
Lovely sound, isn't it? When the leather comes through 90 miles an hour thereabouts and hits into the stumps. Nice clunk. So Price bowled by Roach for 5. 141 all out. 48 overs and 2 balls. West Indies 142 to win. They were sent in, Zimbabwe, for the first time, for the first time losing the toss, and sent in by Gale. And there's Chikumbura, best all-round player for Zimbabwe. You just wonder why he bats as low as he does in the order. Played really well again. He's played well all the way through the series, and he's the only one who bowls above medium pace in this Zimbabwean side. The pitch should give him something as well. A partnership of 41 between himself and Creamer, and before that 26 with Lamb helped Zimbabwe just to push up to this score of 141.
Bravo, Sammy, Rampal in the middle there, outstanding. They really hit line and length the whole time, and they picked up the wickets. But it was Bravo, those fantastic figures of 4 for 21 and 9. Changed up his pace, got a bit of bounce as well. Wasn't the quickest, but he really did bowl very well, and the pitch suited them. Gale winning the toss, deciding to bowl because he knew how much water they put on yesterday, knew there was a bit of juice in this pitch, and they got it.
Simon Toffel just checks to see that all is in order. And now signals the start of the West Indian innings.
Nice way to get off the mark for Adrian Barat, who faces the first delivery for the first time in the series. Usually the captain, Chris Gale, takes on the first one. So he's off the mark with a nice push through cover. It's not really a big drive.
Just a very full ball, half volley. Nicely in position. Just stroked it to the left of mid-off.
For Scale now will have strike. A good series so far after the disappointments in Australia in the one-day series there. He had an outstanding test series in the 3 tests. Man of the series, got a unbeaten 100 batting through the innings, 165 not out in the second innings of the Adelaide test match, followed that with 107 in Perth in the next one. Found things a lot more difficult when the West Indies went back after a break of about a month for the one-day series. Lost all 5. There are these test matches in Australia. Wide from Chickenborough. He'll derided by much of the Australian media, not only Australian media either, for some comments he made which were seen to be disrespectful to Test cricket last season. But by the end of that series in Australia, won over a lot of his critics, not only with his batting but with his entire demeanour. What he's done in this series is to show that he's not afraid to criticise his players, and he really did get into them. You can see he had real problems there, especially with Doug Bollinger, who got him out on every occasion in that one-day series. After the West Indies lost in Trinidad and in Guyana in the first one there in Guyana, and then the 2020 or the reverse in the 2020 in Trinidad and the one there in Guyana, he was very, very critical. Well bowled. Well, this pitch still has a little something in it. Chickenborough in fact bowled pretty well in the match on Wednesday at the top.
Doesn't get very far forward. Chris Gayle just plays from the crease. Delivery just going away from him slightly and following it with the bat. And that's an area where he's had problems against right-handed bowlers in the past.
Banged over the top, typical Chris Gayle. Boundary for him.
Well, you really can't afford to pitch the ball up that far. Just using his arms and muscling that over long off.
He said that very high in the air, but it will go all the way. You'd have to say it was a miss hit. As far as Chris Gayle is concerned, they usually go all the way. This one had height on it, not the distance.
Didn't really get hold of that. Ended up going straight down the ground, but looked to have been aiming more to the outside. Wasn't really up to him.
This is where he meant it. Now this is going to be a 6. 4-4-6, having been beaten by the first delivery.
So slightly fuller. This is the shot he wanted to play before. Just picked it up. Didn't appear to hit it that hard, but timed it perfectly. And there it goes, sailing over the boundary. Not looking to hang around, Chris Gayle.
just past the diving Taibu. Chase here for Price. Come back for two. Could be leg buys. Ball just trickle past the keeper, and they are leg buys. Signaled by umpire Simon Taufel.
Actually came off the glove. That leg by signalled.
There he goes again. This could be another one. It is. What an over this has been. Beaten first ball. 4, 4, 6, 2 leg buys, and the 6, 26 without loss. Just a little tap on the leg side. Just getting back to the low scores, which teams have found it difficult to get runs, but not on this type of wicket. On this type of pitch, I feel that they can score somewhat easier against spin. Tremendous match the West Indies had here in 2004. It was against Bangladesh. Bangladesh 144 for 8. West Indies are going to win this. Everyone around the ground was saying that. Luckily, in the end, Ian Bradshaw being there at the end just carried the West Indies home. Ooh, that's bunks.
We've seen a bit of bounce there for the seamers when the West Indies bowl, but there's a bit for the spinners as well. And some turn.
Couldn't quite get to it, the mid-wicket fielder. Gale just playing it, delaying the shot, getting it past the fielder. A little defensive shot, but with purpose. Gets him the single. Adrian Barat playing a lot straighter than we've seen him play in the early matches in this tournament. 30 without loss. Now some off spin, and Gale puts that away to backward square leg.
Looks to be in good form, Chris Gale. Didn't really hit that.
A very strange position there, Jeffrey. Leg slip. Little bit of turn there. Yeah, but that, I suppose it counts as a catching position. You've got to have two players in the catching positions. Through him, hit that really well on the reverse sweep. It's not a shot we have seen from Gale very often, but he's got hold of that one really well. We've seen it a couple of times in this series.
This is a shot of a man who's in good form, feeling confident. That got hit pretty hard.
And it's down the throat of the long off fielder. He takes the catch. Gale goes trying to clear him. Didn't quite have the distance on it. And a good catch down on the boundary. Well judged.
Give himself some room. Wanted to hit it over cover. Probably wanted to hit it a bit squarer. Didn't catch it as he wanted to. And very coolly taken by Creamer on the boundary. So the West Indies captain goes for 32. It's 46 for 1.
Likely to be something a little bit more sedate than we have just had from Gale. As Chandapol comes in to join Barat. Gale 32 of 21 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. And trying to go for another 6 caught on the boundary's edge. Chandapol comes in.
And this is why Chandapol is there. Chris Gale trying to go over long off.
Just wondered where he was going. If that hit the stumps, it would have been close. That's better. Played it forward of the fielder now. Brings Chandapol into strike from Price for the first time.
Saw one delivery from Chris Gale, to Chris Gale from Ray Price, bounce a lot and turn. So there's probably a little bit of rough outside the left-hander's off stump from the footmarks of the West Indian seamers.
Oh, that's badly dropped. That is a very bad drop by Mansakaneri. He's had a very poor tour, and that was straightforward. And what a wicket that would have been. Gale gone, Chandapol gone. Zimbabwe would have had a spring in their steps.
And when you're defending a small score, you just can't afford to put these down.
Has gone straight up. Ray Price is under it. He should take it. He does.
Well, he had one life already, and maybe looking for an attacking shot just too early without maybe catering for the bounce. Didn't get a hold of it and hit it high up. Ray Price, very experienced, and would have been disappointed that that scalp didn't go to his column, but it's 51 for 2.
Batting position of number 4 for Dinesh Ramdin. Has a strike rate of just under 80 runs per 100 balls faced, 250s, highest score of 74. So another opportunity for him to go out and to justify to the selectors that he is capable of getting runs. Lofted but wide of the man at backward point. I don't think it will go all the way. As we have said, it's not the quickest of outfields. It does go all the way, but because of poor fielding.
Well, the question there, how wide was that? Was it much closer than maybe it first looked in the air, but big effort, couldn't get there. Came the error, didn't put it back. Ramden given another chance to come up into the order.
That's a good pull shot, well in front of square. Again, it plugs as it falls. Third run coming up for Bharat.
Length was bad, giving the young TNT West Indians batsman just too much time to put it away. That would have been 4 at Kensington, Providence. This is not a fast outfield as you've been seeing and you've been hearing.
Two wickets down for the West Indies. Chandra Paul was the second to go. Seemed a bit wide of off stump. Perhaps it also bounced a bit higher than he thought it would. Good cricketer, Ray Price. Pretty safe hands, and we have seen that he's an excellent bowler.
West Indies captain doing maybe what the Australians have done on occasions by bringing Haddin up the order. Ramden getting a chance to bat much higher. Didn't quite get the ball away in the first innings, but I think all part of the Otis Gibson policy of some sort of experiment.
Seven runs from the over, but at least he got a wicket, Chikumbura. It's 58 for 2. No one on the mid-wicket boundary. That should go all the way.
A good shot selection. Was pitched up. Might have been outside leg stump and therefore give him an opportunity to hit against the spin. Use his feet a bit and well away from the man down the backward square.
Get the impression that the West Indies are looking to have another very convincing and emphatic victory here in this fourth ODI. Big shout, and that's gone. Played back when perhaps he should have been playing forward.
Good blow struck here by Zimbabwe, trying to make a fight of it. Not enough runs if you look at the scoreboard.
Well, he certainly can't be disappointed with that when he gets back to the dressing room and sees the replay. Hit on the crease, pitched in line, straightened. That's out in any book. 6-2 for 3. Now Singh Deonarayan, the new batsman for the West Indies, coming in at number 5. Just match number 14 for Deonarayan.
Came through the Guyana on the 19 ranks, on the 15. Getting 21 off 21 in the last game. But with 3 wickets going down so quickly, I think it will be wise for the West Indies to temper their rush to try and get the winning score.
I think Simon Toffel perhaps has missed count. He's just checking with the third umpire to make sure that 6 deliveries have been bowled, legal ones that is, and they have been bowled. Over number 11 comes to an end. It's 6-2 for 3. well bowled. He's looking at the square leg umpire. The square leg umpire isn't interested, hasn't asked for a replay.
Dina Ryan was pushing, just getting the toe back. Maybe it was worth a look by the umpire.
Definitely worth a look. Has he got anything planted behind the line? That's the question. Even now they are still asking umpire Malcolm if it wasn't wise for him to refer it.
So if the technology is there, use it. In that case, it was very, very tight to call.
Oh, bad pad. Close in field in front is on the offside. Let's have a look again at this stumping. Look and see when the camera shakes. There goes the camera shaking in the stumps. That means the bails are off at that point. Perhaps, possibly, that's all you could say. Possibly has something behind the line, but can't be sure. That's 4 now though.
Using his feet and deciding that he will be aggressive. That's his natural style. But not the best start by Dina Ryan in this series. Struggled a little bit, but getting his own back. 63 for 3, 13 gone.
And it's a mis-stumping. Dirge, that's your call. You've got to take your chances. We're just talking about how he doesn't give the big leggy, but wow, this went.
Yes, took a bit of pace off of this. And then lost his balance. And got the impression that Taibu wasn't really looking at that ball. Hands very short on that take. Didn't seem to really be looking to ride with the ball. We've seen that before. Have a snatch. And he pays for it with the very next delivery. That'll go for 4.
Brandon loves cutting. He looks for it all the time, and how often that happens. You bowl a beauty, mis-stumping, next ball 4, and these people like that. I love it. They go crazy in the crowd. He's just dropped it slightly short. Under gap. Easy put away.
Shot Ramden likes to play. He had the room to play that one. And now posted sweeping, cover boundary. Still don't see the necessity for anything fancy at this point. There's a man on the cover boundary. Last delivery of Primazova. Just a single. At 19 overs, score goes on to 86 for 3.
Sweet strike, he's got it away, wonderful hit, and he's just bounces short of the boundary, 4 signalled, but he's making his way into the side as Dinaran, and he strikes the ball nicely. He showed that he's got the temperament, so he's under less pressure. Then you get the Pollard to come in as well, who hasn't got runs, he's short of runs as well. So there is a little bit of pressure on this middle order, this young middle order of the West Indies, but not when a guy strikes, it's a clean like that. Got to be close. Yes, it is. Pitched on straight. And dude, you speak about that all the time.
There it is again, the straight one. Ramden beaten in the air and decided to pull that front foot back. And that ball didn't turn, just went straight through. Let's have another look. There it is. Just hit and straightened. Ramden playing down the wrong line and not much of a stride in. Simon Toffel in no doubt. Creamer is ecstatic. The West Indies have lost their 4th wicket. Ramden goes for 12. It's 93 for 4. Dwayne Bravo is the next batsman in. Hopefully has come to restore some sanity. Good record in ODIs. Dwayne Bravo. And, he's come to replace Dinesh Ramden. 4 West Indian wickets down. And this was the last one. Ramden playing down the wrong line. Caught on his crease. And Creamer with that good straight up delivery. Picks up his 2nd wicket. And he's got both wickets with identical deliveries.
He likes to bowl it, doesn't he, Douche? He ripped a leggy past Ramden last over, missed Stumpy, and this now he's got him with the one, just keeps on going straight. It's a flick. Has he got enough of it? He has. Just over the top. He's a wonderful striker of the ball, is Bravo, prepared to use his feet, picks up a boundary.
Just chipping that over mid-on. Good use of the feet. Didn't have to hit it too hard to get it over mid-on. He was up. Figured he might have had a chance there, Creamer. This one spins. Wasn't aiming it there. Picks up 2 nevertheless. 21 overs gone. West Indies 99 for 4. That one turns. There's a big appeal. And not out, says umpire Malcolm.
Well, Tatena Tabu's taken that catch. He's run all over the place. He knows he's heard something. He just feels it, and you as a keeper, Douche, you'll know more than me. But you know you got it if you behave like this.
There's it. Another look. Oh, that was very, 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 very close to the edge, if not off it. John, I'd have to agree that Taibu was onto something there. Another look. I reckon that hit the edge. And it's a little bit more obvious from that angle, seen from behind. So a good catch that never was.
Well, it was well taken, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Maybe it swung. No, Douche, that's a bad one, that one. At a crucial time as well. Bravo just come to the wicket. He's fresh there. Dinarine's been for a while. You pick up a wicket here. Pollard walks in, and it looks like the spinners are just getting something out there, aren't they? There's some turn. They are causing a few problems. There's more, I reckon, to do with a lot of jitters. I don't think the West Indian batsmen are handling the little pressure situation here very well, and maybe that's all the Zimbabweans need, is that they just make a little mistake.
They've stumbled in similar situations before, and maybe just memories of that making them a little bit nervous. Let's have another look at that. You can describe this for me, John.
Well, that hit the full face almost. That took a chunk out of his bat. That's it. But he got him now. No, he's dropped him.
Oh, and you're not going to win tight games like that. batsmen seem to prepare to take chances, and the Zimbabweans are accommodating them. 100 for 4.
He's looped it there. It's a catch and he's been put down. What an opportunity. Another one to the side. It's a dolly. The captain at Sab puts it down. Chances are you need to take.
Well, he's gone now. They have been trying to self-destruct the West Indies, and they are doing a pretty good job of it.
Really playing some millionaire shots, the West Indies. Bravo never really tried to settle. There was all the time in the world. 42 when needed, when they overstarted. 5 for 101.
5 wickets down for the West Indies, and Kieran Pollard, the new batsman. A single and a wicket, the first 2 deliveries in this over from Creamer. Match number 24. Ideal opportunity now for him to win this game for the West Indies. Just another 41 runs required. All the time in the world to get them.
Certainly showed that he was turning the corner in Australia. Played some very measured knocks.
Off the mark. Well, Jeffrey Dujon did say it a few seconds ago. Both teams are playing some pretty ordinary cricket.
Well, the West Indians have made very hard work of this target. They enjoy the bowling conditions, but they certainly haven't really played well in conditions that does not necessarily favour the Zimbabwe's spin, but they've bowled well.
That's gone very straight. Long on has no chance of getting around to that, and there was no long off.
This may be a very short spell. Paul deciding, well, enough is enough. Let me play my natural game and put this away. And runs are like gold here in this Caribbean sun.
There's no long off in place. Ray Price drops back down. Not going to get that. He's too far forward.
Well, Zimbabwe can feel good about their efforts. They've made the West Indies work hard. If the standard of batsmanship has not been all that good, Mike.
Umpire Simon Toffel just having a word with Prosper Utse and the standing umpire Malcolm to let him know why he called no ball for that last delivery, as he did. There were 3 men behind square. And Simon Toffel will ask the television replay umpire. Called a wide by the other umpire, Norman Malcolm, because it was a long way down the leg side.
What the body language is saying here, looks like he's back in time. Once that toe is grounded. Have to come away and then back to the stump.
Third umpire thinks. That is it. Another run to the West Indies though.
The equation now is 12 runs required, 5 wickets standing, immaterial as far as the number of deliveries left. Still another 18 overs, so 12 runs to go. Looking to finish it off in another 3 or 4 overs. I suppose one way or the other, you would say. Now Price to Pollard. Pulls it down towards mid-wicket, goes all the way this time. It's short. One of a rare bad deliveries from Price, and Pollard was all over it.
That's what makes him so dangerous, is that he can hit the ball over the boundary, and it's just dragged down just slightly. But look at the power. His body's moving one way, but he's able to time it over wide or straight mid-wicket for 6.
Caught on board. No, not out for Pollard. Shifting around the crease. Caught on board, tapped it back to the bowler. Pollard goes 6 down for 139 with just 3 runs to win. Now, why would you have done that?
Well, I'm speechless, Tony. I really am. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Well, anyway, Timpson's got himself a wicket. Pollard's on his way. Still looking cool, but he's walking off. Didn't take it home. Pollard's gone. He's gone for 22. It's 139 for 6.
Darren Sammy now with 3 to win. Zimbabweans have played really well. They had a very low score to protect, and they've given it their all. Just 3 to win for the West Indies now.
But here we go. 1 to win.
And they win on the wide. Well, how inappropriate is that? Especially from Ray Price. Zimbabwe have played it really well. They've made the West Indies fight for what was a low total. There's the West Indies card. Good start, Gale and Bharat. But then Chandapal badly dropped. And then Askaya. But in the end, the Onurain 32 saw them through. The 141 all out Zimbabwe. West Indies 142 for 6. Good partnership at the beginning. Just felt then with Gale going, well, full pelt, 46 in less than 7 overs. But then wickets began to fall. Chandapal, Bharat, Ramdin, Bravo, and then Pollard and Onurain just settling things down towards the end with that partnership of 38. Pollard, however, will be disappointed not to have been there with Onurain at the end and carried it through. Spin, of course, as you would expect for Zimbabwe. 5 of them here, 2 leg spinners, an off spinner and a left arm spinner. Chikamgora, the only quick bowler, but he did get a wicket, that of Chandapal. So victory for the West Indies, 3-1 ahead in the series with only 1 match to go.